lies in bed watching dramas all year round, completely indifferent to real life, yet I have to rely on my meager income to support the entire family's expenses, and I'm even about to lose my job. Life seems to stretch out with no end in sight. One day, a wealthy female friend of my father's warmly invited our family to go out to sea on her luxury yacht, but just as everyone was toasting and celebrating, due to a sudden jolt of the boat, the wine glass in my hand accidentally fell and shattered on the floor. Everyone else just kept on celebrating. Once again, the cleaning work fell to me. I wrung out the mop, but shards of glass hidden and it cut my hands until they were covered in blood. I know well the flaws of traditional mops. If I could design a mop that cleans, it would definitely be popular with housewives. I didn't hesitate to start. I used my daughter's crayons to draw a sketch, then went to a repair shop to weld the mop handle. To ensure water absorption, I wrapped 91 meters of cotton thread around it 40 times. Finally, I fixed it to the mop handle. The first spin-dry magic mop was born right then. But to mass produce it, I needed to invest a lot of money. I tried to convince the wealthy lady to invest in this product. Watching as she gradually became interested, we started working on applying for a patent. But after checking, the wealthy lady's lawyer found someone had already applied for a similar patent in Hong Kong. To avoid compensation for infringement, I had to pay a sum of patent protection fees. Most of my family opposed it at first. Only my grandmother believed in me all along. She advised me not to let others define my life, to make my idea a reality. I mortgaged the only house I owned, raised the first sum of R&D funds, and found a factory to make samples. Before long, the factory brought bad news. The custom part molds I ordered, they failed 3 times before succeeding on the 4th try, and they wanted me to cover all the losses from this. But the mistake was clearly the factory's fault, so I firmly refused them and warned everyone not to pay that money. The most important thing now is to sell the product. I went to a grocery store owner to cooperate, but the owner said the store shelves were contracted by a big company. Helpless, I had no choice but to go to the big company. However, they thought the mop was too good in quality, meaning no profit for them. They not only rejected me, but also mocked me, saying as a housewife, I should just stay at home and take care of the children. I returned home dejectedly, only to be greeted by a pile of troubles. Not only did I receive collection bills, even my child started getting sick and running a fever. Now both my life and career are in a mess. Just then the doorbell rang. It turned out my ex-husband had brought a turning point. He said he had seen everything that happened to me that day. After all, we were once husband and wife. He still hoped I could live a good life. My ex-husband introduced me to a retailer friend of his. His name is Neil, who runs a home shopping television show. Neil wasn't interested in daily necessities like mops, thinking they had no talking points, but I didn't back down. I took the mop sample and demonstrated the product to Neil in person. After seeing the stains on the floor being removed with my own eyes, Neil was deeply impressed and promised to host a live shopping show for me. But the male host they arranged didn't understand the product. His movements during the demonstration were stiff, even misstated the product's functions, resulting in 0 sales during the live broadcast. I begged Neil to give me another chance. I wore plain clothes and stood as a housewife, telling the true story of my design inspiration to the camera and demonstrating how to use it myself. In just a few minutes, the phone lines were